And just like that, you are on with the Fans View. KAZI 88.7 FM, broadcasting live from Austin, Texas. I am Douglas Paul Washington II, and there's a gentleman here with me who's over there like the captain of a ship. He's got some dials, he's got some buttons, he's got a couple knobs. Y'all might know him as Jamal January. What's up, Jamal?
Hello. I don't even be realizing like how much power I actually have over here.
Yes.
Like I can literally bring in the volume up and then bring it right back down.
Oh yeah.
You seen that?
Yeah.
I have to flex on him real quick, you know.
You're the captain now.
Yeah. Captain Phillips. Great movie.
Yeah, it is. Okay, before we get into everything, we got to give the people the rules.
Yeah.
If you're a first-time listener, this is what you're going to get. Everything. We going to give you everything. If you want to talk MLB, if you want to talk NBA, NFL, you name it. If it's got 3 letters. We could get in on the gymnastics because I feel like there's a renaissance right now of the performance part. I really, college gymnastics right now is dominating. I see so many clips, so many reels sent to me of the performances. Yeah. And I'm from an era, of course, before social media, but I'm from an era where, man, nobody talking about no gymnastics, only when the Olympics come around.
Yeah.
But is this the Olympics year? Tell me if I missed something.
No.
Okay. But yet, I've been getting these reels and I've been seeing them. So we're going to talk it all. You guys can call in 512-836-2887. Look, I know. You're driving, and you got your slow cousin over on the right, and your cousin didn't get the number. Let me do it again. 512-836-2887. And if your cousin didn't get that one, come on, man, you need a new co-pilot.
Literally, call in about any sport.
Yeah.
Because I don't know a lot about horseback riding, but if you do, and you want to call in and educate me,
let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. I'm down to listen.
Especially, I mean, that's the spice of life is variety. Contrary to many people's opinion, diversity wins the day.
Yeah.
No one wants a sports show that only talks NFL.
Yeah.
Because there might be an NBA fan out there listening. And they're like, hey, man, all they do is talk about NFL. So that's what we here for y'all. So you tell us. We might be in the middle of a thought. Now, we'll finish it. We'll pick up the phone. We'll finish that quick thought. And then we'll pull you in, and you could take us a whole different direction. Don't worry. Absolutely. We good. You heard Jamal. He said he in control. So then when we hang up on you, rudely, it's jokes, people. But when we hang up on you, we just go back to what we was doing before.
Indeed we do.
I talk all I want, and when he come around, I be quiet, and then when he leave, I start talking again. That's what we do. That's what we're gonna do for y'all. So, Jamal,
absolutely.
I want to start with one thing right now.
What's up?
Baltimore Ravens kicker, Justin Tucker.
Justin Tucker.
He says that the massage therapist allegations are false. For those who don't know, Ravens kicker, Justin Tucker, is accused of inappropriate sexual behavior by 6, count them up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 massage therapists in the Baltimore area, according to an investigation by the Baltimore Banner. Okay, Jamal, we have seen this before.
We have with
Jamal, I'm a military vet, but it sounds like it ain't safe out here to be a massage therapist.
No, sir, it does not sound safe at all.
They dodging daily.
Yeah.
Look, I have gotten some massages before, and for those who don't know, Jamal January was a Division I track athlete.
Scratch my cats. Okay.
And he won a championship or two. So this gentleman knows about sports performance, sports recovery.
Yep.
So then, Jamal, I want to start with that. How vital is it for these athletes to be getting these massages? Because the rest of us can't afford it.
I mean,
but why do y'all need that so much?
I mean, it's good on the body.
Yeah.
Good for recovery too.
Yes, sir.
I think it is like you play for a professional team. What are you going to masseuse? Going to masseuse for when your athletic trainer can literally do that for you, and you play kicker.
Okay.
Like,
Jamal, let me back up then. Let me back up. Yeah. So while you were at your school, for those who don't know, he went to Abilene Christian University.
Yep.
All right. At any time, you could just walk in and be like, yo, massage therapist, I need you, or you had to, like, there's a website and you had to schedule an appointment, see what slots were open. How'd that work for y'all?
So the way it works is we didn't have massage therapists. We had our athletic trainers, right?
Yeah.
And we would walk in. We would say the issue we have.
Yeah.
And they would evaluate us. And then from there, they would decide on the treatment.
Oh.
Usually with me, I never got a massage right then and there.
Yeah.
Unless I was like, is there any chance I have a knot in my like hamstring, can you like roll it out for me or something like that?
Right.
You know. But yeah, you wouldn't have to like schedule it or anything.
Okay.
But unless it's like a say severe injury or more severe injury.
So what he's saying is a licensed professional will do an evaluation and say, oh yeah, that would be the course of action. Or you could just be Justin Tucker and just say, nah, I need something.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go to a massage therapist on my own. I just feel like that's what I need. Yeah. So then he goes. And there are 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know if the Massage Therapist Union or the Justice Massage Therapist League of Baltimore is banding together against this brother. Mm-hmm. But it sounds like maybe this is one place or a variety of places. And if they are all putting this together, brother, you about to have a Deshaun Watson case on your hand.
Indeed, he is.
And kickers, they ain't got money like Deshaun Watson had.
They sure don't. Well, wasn't... Nah, I'm not going to say that. What? I was going to say, wasn't Justin like the highest paid kicker in this past decade or something?
Oh.
I mean, I could be wrong.
No, you might be close.
But still no excuse for 6 different massage parlors,
yes, sir.
bro. That's insane.
It's a little more background on Tucker, people. He's 35 years old. He's the most accurate kicker in NFL history.
Even though he had a pretty bad season.
Yes.
Probably his worst season.
This was the worst.
Yeah.
And it just keeps getting worse.
Yeah.
Converting 89.1% of his field goal attempts. Mm-hmm. He's the longest tenured player on the Ravens.
Yeah.
And he was part of the team Super Bowl championship team from back in 2012.
Yeah.
Man, it's pretty much over for him.
Yeah.
I think it's over. Mm-hmm. And that's a great franchise. Like, they stand by, they didn't trip on Ray Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
They were smart enough to go get Lamar Jackson at a time where people were like, well, maybe he can go play wide receiver.
Yeah.
They do a great job of taking care of family. They have one of the longest tenured head coaches.
Yeah.
But this, nah, bro, I don't think he can recover from this. One last quick thing on this, Jamal, and just tell me your opinion here. When a person is getting worked on like that, it's not about professionalism. I mean, at the end of the day, they're doing their job. It's professionalism. How about it's about maturity level?
Mm-hmm.
That it's so sophomoric when a person is in a performance of their duty and you pick on them. Yeah. I don't allege that this was malicious. Maybe he was doing things in jest. Maybe. I don't know. I hate to just come up here and just dump on the guy. Yeah. So I'm gonna assume, and I could be assuming incorrectly, but either way, brother, you gotta pay for that.
Yeah, indeed he does. As far as the level of the maturity of the guy is, I'm not gonna say old, but like he's been around for a minute, so he's definitely seen, Deshaun Watson go through what Deshaun Watson went through.
Yeah.
With his case and everything. So like, and then you just gotta be smart, man. You already have a target on your back because you're a big celebrity.
Yep.
So you can't, and you just can't be. Gotta be respectable, man. Can't be out here being stupid.
Yeah. So that's how it's going to be for the off season of the Ravens.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, there's one person that is very excited about all this going down. That's Mark Andrews.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Put some pressure off of his back.
JT, bruh, I know you're going through it right now. Man, come over and let's play some ping pong because I know you need a friend right now. Mm-hmm. And I'm just so happy that you took the heat off of me. And if y'all weren't paying attention, Mark Andrews is a tight end, plays for the Baltimore Ravens. In their in their game, possibly having an opportunity to play in the AFC Championship as the winner and go on to the Super Bowl. He dropped the ball.
He sure did.
A couple times.
Yep.
He fumbled once, and then he had what was going to be a game-tying 2-point conversion that could possibly send it to overtime.
Yeah.
All hitting the ground. So, yeah, he's pretty happy that his teammate came through to save the day in the worst way.
The worst way possible.
All right, Jamal, there's one other little item that is inside sports but kind of outside sports. And I just wanted to say, Dwayne Wade.
D-Wade, my favorite basketball player.
Part of his kidney was removed due to a cancerous tumor.
Oh, my.
It's a tumor. He's a Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer Dwayne Wade said he had surgery on his kidney in 2023 with doctors removing a tumor that was later deemed to be cancerous. Wow. So he revealed that on his podcast Thursday. He's a 3-time NBA champion, for those who don't know. Most famously of the Miami Heat. He did, I'm going to say, some ring chasing or LeBron chasing and left. And left there because he played for the Cleveland Cavaliers for a minute.
For like 3 months?
Yeah. And so it counts.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, there are, and getting 40% of your right kidney removed is significant. There are a lot of things that we have to remember when it comes to our athletes. They're just like us.
Yeah, they're not superheroes, y'all.
Yeah. And they go through some stuff. And if this happened in 2023 and we're just now finding out about it, I mean, that's HIPAA. We appreciate that people keep their personal stuff to themselves. But sometimes we need to hear this kind of stuff just because I think we hold them incorrectly to a higher level than they should be, that they're infallible, that they are robots, gods amongst men. Have you ever had a cancer scare in any of your immediate family?
Yeah.
Oh.
My grandpa actually passed away from cancer.
Yeah.
Last year, 2 years ago. Last year.
Yeah.
I believe.
And cancer's stupid, man.
It really is.
I hate you, cancer. Yeah, I'll meet you in the alley, cancer. We can have a talk.
It's funny you say that because Kevin Hart literally has a special about
Oh yeah.
One of his jokes is like he's at a funeral and I think it was his uncle passed away, and his grandma passed away, and his uncle is talking to him like, who did it? And they were like, they said it was cancer, and he was like, well, you told cancer I'm looking for him, and I'm gonna see him tonight. Something like that. I don't know the full story, but it goes something like that.
Okay, Kevin Hart stealing my material before I even think it up. See what I did there?
Yeah,
I'm blaming him. We had a scare, my father-in-law, and he's the grandfather to my children. Yeah. I didn't know my grandfathers. And to see what it's like for a person to have a grandfather, I'm nothing but jealous of my kids because it seems amazing. Yeah. Because I'll be ready to put these kids to bed. This dude go and pull out some chocolate, giving people chocolate at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. What kind of life is that? An amazing life if you the kid. Yeah, but that ain't happened to me. Yeah. Matter of fact, sometimes I couldn't stay up past 9:30. So this dude, man. And for cancer to think that cancer has the right to pull that dude away from my kids, I'm a little mad about that. So we're glad to hear that you're past that, Dwayne Wade. Talking to him like he's here in Austin because we just sent in a university. Indeed. I mean, he might have some property here. Yeah. Everybody do. Yeah.
Chris Bosh does.
Hey. A guy that I play pickup basketball with, his daughter played against Chris Bosh's team, the female version. Oh, okay. And so when the girls' game finished, the boys walked in, and my boy was like, "Wait a minute, that's Chris Bosh." I didn't know. He did not know that Chris Bosh coached the team. Yeah. And he didn't stay for the game. But Chris Bosh's son is on that team. And I'm going to think that his boy is probably pretty good.
So I actually coached his son at a basketball camp at St. Stephen's.
No.
So yeah, his son's name is Jackson. Yeah. I don't know if he's still at St. Stephen's. That's the school I went to.
I think that's the name he said.
But yeah, so I'm guessing he's still there and everything. But yeah, his game will kick in.
Well, it's funny you say that. I was just talking to someone the other day about my life, complaining about my life, right? Yeah. You know, I'm a youth sports coach. I got my kids out there doing their thing in the sports. And my boy was like, yo, man, you running yourself thin trying to do all this. And I expressed to him, listen, man, LeBron James has spent a lot of time helping his kids.
Indeed.
And putting them in situations so they can succeed. Every pro doesn't do that. Why? Because they out there living the pro life.
Yeah.
They worried about them and their game and their fitness. They're not spending time with their kids. Now, what we know, LeBron ain't shutting down clubs. And when he's done working on his game and playing the game, he's spending that time with fam.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, most famously, had 2 sons, did not make the NBA or G League. They did play some college level ball, but they weren't to his level. Yeah. And so I believe that fatherly influence really does help. And I mean, it ain't bragging if you got the facts, the statistics to back it up, right? But my kids do their thing. They put it down. My oldest had a double-double last Saturday. 12 points, 13 rebounds, 6 steals.
13 rebounds.
And a 30-4 win. This is 7 and under. We beat them boys 30-4. Other coaches looking at, man, coaches be ready to fight me, man. And I'm a single coach. Some of these dudes have like 3 or 4 coaches, a couple dads helping them out. Nah, I'm good. I do it by myself. But I spend time with that kid. So I put that energy into her, and her game reflects it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you, it's hard. If you're not spending that time, when you do get some free time like Bosch has now he's trying to spend time with the kid, and you're playing catch up. So that's one thing about what we're doing as parents, as sports parents. Man, spend that time with your kids. I coach. And I could I can tell the kids where their mom or dad go out there and throw the ball around with them. Especially I coach softball right now.
Yeah.
And I could tell who does not get that extra work. And sometimes I blame the parents. When these kids strike out and then they start crying on the way back to the dugout, I don't feel bad. The parents should feel bad. I can't give you 8 years of training in the 1 hour a week I get to coach your kid. You can help a brother out. I be giving y'all homework, tell y'all what to do, but I can't do it in that 1 hour with your kid. Your kid you need a personal trainer.
Personal trainer, strength and conditioning coach.
So for you then,
yeah,
as a track athlete, what were your parents saying through, let's just say, the high school years? Like, were you taking it serious, or were they taking it more serious for you, and then that kept you on track? What did that look like for you?
So I would say freshman year of high school, I didn't take it as serious. I was just taking it as, okay, I'm a football and basketball player that's running track.
Oh.
And then coming into sophomore year, when I first started hurdling, my dad was like, he told my coach, have Jamal try out hurdles. And I like mimicked the hurdle form perfectly.
Dang.
Just because I was like, it was still sloppy, but I like mimicked it just based off of what I've seen. And so, stuck with it, and then at the time I was still like, okay, I'm just getting in the groove of hurdling, but I'm still considering myself a football and basketball player that's running hurdles,
Right.
And then junior year, I got my first interest letter, and then after I got my first interest letter from a college, my dad got me with a hurdle coach and everything. Well, actually, that was my sophomore year. He got me with a hurdle coach and everything. So then it kind of started transitioning into the idea, okay, I think I'm going to turn into a track and field athlete, and everything. So
Jamal, you just proved my point.
Yeah.
Your dad said, man, we're going to need a little extra work. Look, that's what it takes.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of parents that come to me like, hey, coach, what can I do for my son? Spend some time with him. Brother, go out there and throw that ball with your boy. Yeah. That's what you need to do. I tell them all the time. They don't listen, Jamal. Because a lot of us parents, we out there still chasing whatever we chasing.
Yeah.
We focused on us. We want to swipe on the TikTok. We want to get our screen time. Then, man, you can go right outside and you can throw that ball around with your kid who probably needs to work on some ground balls or some pop flies. So
trust me, I've had plenty of one-on-one training workouts in every single sport that I've participated in.
Man, Papa January. I was already a fan of Papa January, but
he was there at every single one of them.
Hey, man.
So yeah.
Oh, and that's the other part. Parents, this is where I ruffle some more feathers. Yeah. When y'all at these events, man, stay off the phone. That is not your time for screen time. That's your time to pay attention. So that when this is over, you could say, hey, Jamal, I noticed Coach had to keep telling you to focus today. I don't know that if I'm oblivious. Yeah. That's the first thing. Boy, I'm spending good money out here. You ain't gonna be wasting this time, Jamal. Do I sound like him? Hey, Jamal. I'm not gonna be wasting this money, Jamal. Yeah. That's the first thing. The second thing is you can learn something that you could remind the kid about your kid later, that you could assist. I thought we're all trying to make that kid better, but you on TikTok ain't making your kid better.
You know, it's crazy. It's funny you mentioned that screen time piece, because I'm gonna give my dad a little shout out. My dad was on his phone or on the iPad, but the thing was he wasn't looking at it. He was using it to film, like he was using it to film like me during the workout, so I can go back and look at it and stuff and perfect what I need to. So I'll work on what I need to.
We got a minute left before we go to break, but it is the last day of January, so we're gonna keep talking about Papa January to finish out the month. So hey, so here's one of the things. What's the curse though? When your dad is invested in your performance, what's the curse?
I'm not gonna lie, there were times where I was like, he's trying to turn into my coach again. I just want him to spectate.
Right.
You know, I got especially like once I got to like the college level. Yeah. I was literally like, there were times I was like, I just need you to spectate. Literally, just spectate and just trust the process. I'm not gonna PR at every meet. I'm not gonna win every meet. There's gonna be times where my body is legit sore. Right. You know, and stuff. But yeah, that was a little bit of the curse. Otherwise, because my dad has coached me all the way up until high school. Oh, in all honesty, yeah, he's coached me all the way up until high school. So, you know, he always has that urge just to, you know, yes, he's always going to give his input no matter what.
Sure. It's a free country.
Yeah, exactly.
Freedom of speech, right?
But yeah.
Dang, because you sound like a dictator over there. Trying to tell your papa when he can and cannot talk.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to do it, but there were times where I'm just like, I just need you to just watch. Just spectate. Yeah. Trust me, it's all going to work out in the end.
That's tough.
So, yeah.
Hey, you guys are listening to The Fans View. That's Jamal January, Division I extraordinaire, two-time champion. He ran track over Abilene Christian University, and he's a local chap. Yep. He's from right around these streets right here. And I'm Douglas Paul Washington II. I am not from here, but I coach the youth around here, and that means a lot to the future around here.
Indeed.
So we're gonna go to the sponsor break, and then we'll be back. The Fans View, Jamal January over there. I am Douglas Paul Washington II. We have some technical difficulties that we are not in control of. From what we have gathered, the online capability is not operational at this time. So we appreciate our terrestrial listeners, those who have that digital, or you still got that knob you turn all the way to the left, because you don't make a mistake and end up all the way to the left like that. That's intentional. So thank you for coming on down the dial and tuning in with us. And you know, we'll clip this show and we'll make it available later for those who can't catch it. I know I always have family and friends that I want to listen, but they can't catch it live. So we're in the digital era, and we'll get them the show later. So Jamal, we tell people we can go here, we can go there, we can go everywhere. I was just kind of curious if do you feel that there are opportunities for new people to dominate? When I say that, do you think it's okay for a rookie like Jaden Daniels to win the MVP of the league? Or are you the person that says, man, you got to pay his dues first?
No, in my opinion. Like I always say, give it to the best player. If he proves he's the best player, let's just say Jaden Daniels would have won this past weekend and then gone to the Super Bowl and put up like stupid good numbers, you know. I feel like you would almost have no choice but not to consider giving him.
It wouldn't have aged well if he wouldn't have been in the top 5. Because then you ask yourself, so is it popularity as in those who have been in the league and we know them? Yeah. And I think by now, if you're not a Commanders fan, you're aware of him.
By the way, is that your team?
So here's the thing. I have lived all over the world, literally.
I literally call you the Globetrotter, yes. But
I could tell you, I certainly could show affinity to a team that has my name. Like if there was the January Jaguars, you would be all over that.
Wow.
So, I mean, so if I could rock a dub, you know, get that W, put Washington on the chest, yeah, I would have all that gear. And so, for instance, the Washington Nationals, that's red and white. My fraternity, that's red and white.
Wow.
So I can get the dubs. I get that W for Washington. I can get that. My favorite color is red. My familial crest, the family crest, is red and white. It's all built in.
Don't they got a little blue in them too?
A little, because they're the Nationals. They try to do a little red, white, and blue, but the majority of it, they're rocking that red and white.
So how do you feel about the Wizards?
Oof. They're the Washington Wizards.
Yeah.
And even now, matter of fact, I watched them last night. They played against the Lakers. And it was ugly. Yeah. It got ugly real fast. But they have a New Jersey, which is it says DC Capital Metro, and that's cool. It's a different jersey. I like that too. Yeah. I'm in favor of them selling and getting new ownership. Yeah. Because think about it, man. With what the Washington Commanders did with a new owner group, look at the energy they put back in. Yeah. And now that city, that area, those fans should demand nothing but that type of excellence. Like they're getting from the Nationals, who did go win a title. Yeah. Now they're getting from the Commanders, who had a great year. Now Wizards, y'all got to step y'all game up.
Indeed.
Or get off the pot. That's what we always say. Pass it on to the next man.
I feel like we're going to see a lot of people, you know, later down the line when we get into the NFL offseason talk,
yes, sir,
and the draft and everything. I feel like we're going to see a lot of people want to go play for the Commanders.
Yes.
You know,
they got the cap space.
They do.
For those who don't know, there's a certain amount of dollars available for teams to be able to use. And a majority of that, normally, when you have a quarterback, is going towards that quarterback. And that leaves you hamstrung when it comes to making other moves.
Yeah.
But when you have, in the Commanders' case, a quarterback who now is in his first year, he's on what's called a rookie contract, which is substantially less, a fraction of what, say, a $60 million a year quarterback gets. And that allows you to fill out that roster.
Yeah.
Because we saw some things. Quinyon Mitchell he's a great defensive back. He's a rookie. He did a great job on Scary Terry. So we need somebody on the other side. Because what I thought the moment was too big for the Commanders versus the Eagles. And they're a young team, relatively young team, but they're not used to those big moments. And when De'Ami Brown dropped that ball, because he's the second guy technically behind Scary Terry, when he dropped that ball, I knew his head won't in it after that. I could just tell. Then Austin Eckler, the vet, dropped the ball, and I think the moment just finally caught up to them. They are the cardiac Commanders, but the moment got too big for them.
The supporting cast was just horrible.
But there's a lot of free agents who's like, man, let me get out there. I'll show you. Indeed. And that's what's good. They got a lot of free agents, and there's a lot of people that are going to come in. Maybe even Tyreek Hill. Oh, I shouldn't have done that to you. I shouldn't have done that to you.
Whatever. We got a caller on the line. Caller, you there?
Yes, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Hey, I can't complain. How you doing?
I'm doing great, and I won't complain either. Jamal would, though. He probably got nothing but complaints.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm one button away from cutting your mic off, man.
Hey, my mouth always gets me in trouble. This is Pflugerville, man. Ain't it? For those who don't know.
Hey, I heard this on a show, man. It kind of got my interest. They were saying the Bills are haunted by Kansas City. While Kansas City is a real good team that gets a lot of breaks, man. I'll tell you what, I learned my lesson. I would never bet against Kansas City now. Now, my Cowboys, that's what made me think. Are they haunted by Jerry Jones? And then Jimmy Johnson, did he hunt Jimmy Jones and the whole Cowboys? Man, it's been 30 years. We ain't did nothing. You know what? They're in the right place in New Orleans. The right place. If you want a spell taken off of you, yes. If you want to put a spell on somebody, yes.
Oh yeah, I think they certainly are haunted by their owner, Jerry Jones, his decision making, and not just his decision making, but even the things that he says. It haunts the team. You know, when he says, "Hey, I'm all in," bro. That actually, we wish you wouldn't have said that because it just hurts us. Because we get all riled up. Everyone thinks, oh, so he's going to do? Yeah, he's not going to do what he needs to do. But, yeah, it's a good point. I think they are haunted by him.
Mm-hmm. I say so, too. Hey, I want to know if y'all heard about this, maybe a rule, maybe not, after watching the Philadelphia Eagles and the Commanders. They were on, like, measurement about 1 inch, John. And one player kept jumping over. The referee was hinting like he could give them points if he do it again. Have y'all heard anything about it like that? Maybe give you 7 points or maybe 3 points? Is it a rule? They was hitting like it is. Y'all heard anything?
I've never heard of it. I was learning football that day. I'm not gonna.
There is a rule. It's rarely ever mentioned because what coach that has power would allow it to get that unruly and get to that point? But yeah, Rule 11, Section 2, Article 1.5 of the NFL Rule Book, which states a touchdown can be scored when the referee awards a touchdown to a team that has been denied one by a palpably unfair act. It is there. All right. But it's buried. But oh boy, he knew that though. He waited his whole refereeing career to pull that out. Hey, young buck, you better watch yourself. You know I could. Like he had that one queued up. He was ready. But I guess, the next question is, have the refs ever awarded a touchdown?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So, after Jonathan Allen went offside on an Eagles hard count, so it was Eagles related again, Hockley, like a scolding parent, made it known to the world, referees can indeed. Now, it hasn't happened, but we were close. And honestly, I think I wanted to see it. I wanted that to be the first. I wanted that to be history while we was watching.
Yeah.
But no, we're going to have to wait for another day.
Another day. Maybe at the Super Bowl. You never know.
Oh, look. Why you got to do Pflugerville, man? There's enough conspiracy theorists going on already about Taylor Swift and her Chiefs and refs being in the pocket. Don't do that, Pflugerville, man. you don't start a riot.
Okay. Hey, I got to get back to work. I enjoyed talking to y'all. Have a good day.
Hey, thanks for calling. Have a great day at work.
Okay, bye-bye.
I really like it. There are people that are at work and they listen. But today, they have the terrestrial radio option. And up until right now, this is the exact moment where we are again live online. Mm-hmm. So tell your friends, tell a friend to tell a friend. Man, get them people to queue it up. You could go to the TuneIn app and you can search KZI, or you can go to our website, kzifm.org, O-R-G, and you can stream us. Or simply, you can just tell your smart device, hey, smart device, play KAZI on the TuneIn app. And they'll do all that other work for you. But yeah, we are officially back online digitally. Now we got to get these people. Hopefully they've been refreshing their screens. Hopefully they were trying. But thanks, Rito. Yeah, station manager came in here. He make them big bucks for that. Mm-hmm. And we had somebody live. They're calling in.
Call you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, what's going on? What's on your mind?
Yes, I was just calling. I was listening to your past segment before the commercial break about parents being involved in coaching. If you go to YouTube and type in "teach your son football," there's a great short video of a mom in her dress from work out there with cones and her little son with a helmet on, teaching him. He clearly plays tackle. She's telling him how to set the edge and all kinds of things.
Whoa.
Check out that video. It's a great,
it's a great
check
video.
it out. Mm-hmm. It's wonderful, but I totally related to it because my dad was my coach too. And difference when the parents are involved. I coached youth football for a long time in Hayes County. Same thing. You can tell the difference when the parents are involved. I just wanted to mention that video because mad props to a mom being out there in her work clothes, still coaching her son, and she clearly knows what she's talking about when you listen to the video. That's all I got for y'all. But y'all have a blessed day.
Hey, thanks for listening. You know what? That brings me to a story. I hope I haven't told here. Back in the day, I was in the outfield, and my mom was pitching to my buddy who didn't have a dad or a mom. He was being raised by his grandparents, and he was hitting, and I'm getting outfield work. He hit the ball, and I just saw it come off the bat and then go straight up in the air. You want to know why? Because when it came off that bat, it went right back and it hit my mom in the face. Wow. Now, unfortunately, I can still remember that vividly, and it hurts to even remember that. But the positive thing of what I remember is the fact that she's out there, dog. My mom, well, no D1 softball player. She didn't make it to the minor leagues, but then they were sexist and said, no women. No, we ain't got that kind of story. My mom couldn't tell you what leadoff means, but what she does know, and not to mention she does have a pretty good arm. So she could get it across the plate in that batting zone, and we got that work. But I felt really bad that day, man. But when I think back at it, at least she was out there with me. Because your boy was nice. I was nice. Still am nice. I played a little hardball back in Virginia when we used to get together and we'd play hardball, not softball. We would get together, just a bunch of washed dudes, but a couple of them were college pitchers, so they can get us a good ball. And we had a lot of fun. We played a full 9 innings, man. It was so much fun. Shout out to Richmond, Virginia Hardball League. That was a lot of fun. So respect to those parents that are out there. And parents, I tell my parents all the time, you ain't got to do anything. You don't have to be like Jamal January. You can be no 2-time champ. We don't need that. The fundamentals. And I'll tell y'all what to do. First of all, I coach 7. Right now I'm coaching 7U co-ed. I tell them parents, go home, bounce the ball to your kid. We're talking hand-eye coordination. Have them run towards you, give them a bounce pass and a chest pass. Because one of the most important things, most people are scared when balls come to their face, and I don't have to say pause because I'm old head. that is one of the biggest fears of people, and of course these youth. And then same thing, being able to, when you're running, trying to run around a screen, or you're running from one side of the court to the other and pumping your arms, and then you realize, oh, I also need to be able to catch the ball. Yeah, you help it. And do you have to have an NBA ring to be able to do that for your parents, Jamal? Nah. Okay, yeah. So these parents can do that, and I tell them little things like that. But that's why we slaughtering fools out there, though. My parents helping me out. I got some good kids. Yeah. My daughter on the team too, so I spend a lot of time with her. So thanks for calling in, listeners. Look, that's the kind of stuff we want. We want Pflugerville, man. He's a long-time caller. The other gentleman, we didn't get his name, but appreciate that he's calling in and listening. You never really know what your reach is. Yeah. And so when y'all call in, that gives us another opportunity to be like, yo, okay, yeah, thanks for listening out there in Hutto or wherever y'all from. But now that we're back online, we can start to see where people are listening in from around the globe. So that's cool for us. All right, Jamal, I want to come back to something that we were talking about. All right. If the young buck can win the MVP, that means it's fair and equitable treatment to all. We're not holding it against him, right? Because I think sometimes we're a little biased because he's so brand new. Like, we got to live in the moment. And then we talking about this season. Yeah. Not your reputation right now and what you did. That young man changed a franchise.
He sure did.
You go find any Commanders fan. I guarantee you they're saying, man, I love my team, but we probably be in another 5-12 year, But he flipped it. They had a 12-5 year.
He sure did.
And I still don't even know what happened in that first game against Dallas, because they shouldn't have let Dallas win that first game. I was in Boston watching that one. And they would be 13-4. And that was the day that the Patriots were getting smashed. I was sitting in a bar, a sports bar right there on the harbor. Oh, sorry, on the harbor. And they got tired of looking at that. Yeah. And so I want to say they were getting trashed by Miami. Because I think it was the Miami game. But anyway, so yeah, Cats drew their attention over to that it was a great back and forth game between the Commanders and Cowboys. Cowboys came out on top. Mm-hmm. So, okay, let's talk money, man. Now there's a rule. You shouldn't be counting another man's money, right? Like, get out of his pocket.
Pocket watching, yeah.
Yeah. But we going to pocket watch. Is that all right? Can you do it temporarily? Just humor me here.
Okay.
$100 million for T. Higgins. You paying or not?
No.
Oof. Okay. $200 million for Brock Purdy. You paying or not?
You said $200 million for Brock Purdy?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. No, that's not what I said. What I said was $200 million for Brock Purdy. Did you get it that time? Oh, dang, you hesitated.
It's one of those cases like, okay, in order for like a team to get back to Super Bowl,
yeah,
you got to keep the pieces in your puzzle.
Yes, sir.
Right? And Brock is, a lot of people consider him a game manager, but at the end of the day, he's still the one calling that, commanding that offense on the field. So, but $200 million, and especially if you want to keep some of them other pieces around you, as in Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk,
yes, sir,
after this season, but Debo and everything. But I ain't paying him no $200 million, man.
Yeah. So there comes a point where I believe you have to be smart. Mm-hmm. I know I've said it before here, but I'm gonna just say it again, brother. It is better to have a long career where people are tired of you. You know why people are going against the Chiefs right now?
Why?
Not just because of Taylor Swift. Not just because technically they're the new America's team. I said it. I know we got a lot of Cowboys fans out there. Y'all could call in. But it's called fatigue. Mm-hmm. You get tired of seeing people win.
Exactly.
But that doesn't mean that they're still not a good team. And I think that's just what it is. I think, okay, let me explain this to you. Travis Kelce, did he chase the bag? We knew that boy had been good for a while. Mm-hmm. By about the last 6, 7, maybe 8 or 9 years, we knew he was good. He could have went and got big boy money, George Kittle money. I mean, just
like what Tyreek did, pretty much. Yeah.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. But Tyreek left. Yep. And now look at Tyreek.
Stressing.
Because I know Tyreek, we're talking about Tyreek Hill, people, the cheetah. He left the Kansas City Chiefs after he got the 1 ring and went to the Miami Dolphins. He got the bag, got to live in Miami. He from that area. Mm-hmm. If I remember correctly, he's a Florida boy, right?
I think so, yeah.
But, South Beach or cold Kansas City, I get it. Mm-hmm. But, bruh, there's something about accomplishing history. Mm-hmm. And Travis Kelce is about to have an opportunity to do what no one else has ever done. And the money still comes. The endorsement still, you're going to get that money back. Yeah. But you can't get in the prime of your condition. And Travis is old. I just said in like 9 years. Mm-hmm. I think he's been in the league maybe 14 years, maybe 13, 14 years for him. So yeah. I think you have to be smart and have that extended window. I'm gonna throw one other thing. I'm gonna go to another one. Do you think, in hindsight, insert person's name here, regrets breaking up a dynasty? I want you to insert it because this could get generational real quick. Mm-hmm. But who do you think regrets breaking up a dynasty?
Like you're asking which player?
Yes, sir.
No, I'm not gonna say. I was, for some reason, I was gonna say Tom Brady, but he went and won another Super Bowl at Tampa Bay.
Yes.
You can't say Peyton because he went and won a Super Bowl at.
Yes, sir.
Well, I guess you can say maybe Russell. Maybe on Russell. Leaving Seattle.
Okay,
but
they did go back-to-back Super Bowls.
Yeah, they did go to back-to-back. But granted, though, I think the Legion of Boom kind of broke up first.
They let him go.
Yeah, okay.
Pete Carroll might regret that, especially when you see where he turned out. Mm. Yeah, Geno did his thing. They've been competitive, but as you can see with what Russell's doing now, was it Russell or could we have adjusted some things?
Indeed.
If he had DK Metcalf and them boys out there, what's the French name of the running back? Shaman. I was about to call him Chameleonaire, but
for
the running back for Seattle, Charbonnet.
Oh, I was thinking Walker.
Yeah. So I'll just stay with the last one, the Lakers.
The Lakers.
They had a three-peat.
Oh, they sure did.
But then Shaq left, and he got a title.
Sorry, I was only
with Miami. It's fine. So, in hindsight, they regret that.
They definitely.
And then Kobe got another one later with Pau Gasol. So that's 5 rings right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we do sometimes.
Yeah, you can say that. You can go even if you look more into I guess from that time point, the future.
Yeah.
Harden leaving OKC.
Ooh,
you got that one. That's
they
like one of the biggest
together.
like what ifs.
Oh well, how about that? Mm-hmm. A member of that trio that they had in OKC. Mm-hmm. Do you think Draymond now regrets running off Kevin Durant from Golden State?
I know for a fact Draymond doesn't regret that decision
and he's an idiot.
Yeah,
because they probably could have got 2 more rings.
They probably could have. Same time, I feel like KD won it out too. It was just a tad bit, but
why though? It ain't Steph. I guarantee you. Yeah. We all know it. Nobody's ever said anything. Steph is not perfect, but I think most people will say he looks like a fun, easygoing guy.
Yeah.
And but I can guarantee you all that sideline drama that we saw. That's what we saw between Draymond. We saw on camera Draymond punch Jordan Poole.
Jordan.
And stood over him. That's bully ball, man. That's a bully.
And still is on that team.
KD don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
I make too much money. I'm the Slim Reaper. I got to deal with that.
But I would say there were like a couple of plays where like KD would trying to be like would try and do some ISO ball. And, like, Draymond will walk over and be like, hey, man, you don't got to do that over here. And, honestly, we don't want you to do that over here because, yeah, we get it. You're a good scorer, but we got one of the best shooters over here. And then we got Clay over there in the corner who can also shoot as well, you know.
That organization is one of the best organizations out there. So, for me to throw stones is hard to do.
Yeah.
Listen, I played semi-pro football. I had an enforcer.
Yeah.
My center, I also had a tight end. That, man, just look at me wrong. Them fools was tripping. Lay on me a little too long. Them fools was ready to glove up. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what most people are thinking about. To protect Steph, they needed that. That was the usefulness of Draymond. Now, I don't mean to dump on Draymond. He's got a microphone just like me. He's going to get wind of this and then come after me. And that's fine. You know, I said what I said. But he was expendable when it came to that team. Anybody can move that ball. Yeah, he got some rebounds. He was never a rebounding champion. Yeah, he could play multiple positions, but we can get other big bodies to do that. Yeah, he got some assists, but who don't get assists when you throw into the Splash Brothers?
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Don't confuse your position and your usefulness with superstar level production. And I think that's the case. I mean, that's ultimately, I think, where it went down with him. But yeah, I was just kind of curious, on your thoughts, our thoughts on people that had an opportunity to make history, have 3-peats. How about this last one before we go to break? How sick do you think Jerry Jones feels about breaking up the 3 horsemen, Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and their great coach and Jimmy Johnson? Mm-hmm. They could have had a 4-peat, dog.
They could have.
Easily.
But they don't got one. They did not get it.
He couldn't get out of his own way.
Nah, he couldn't. He got too big of an ego, man.
Exactly. You know what?
Them egos be killing organizations.
We're going to come back. Yeah. We got to take a sponsored break.
Yeah.
But when we come back, y'all know we're going to get on them Cowboys. We're going to talk some more football, so y'all going to get that. That's Jamal January. I'm Douglas Paul Washington II. This is the Fans View, KZI 88. It is time for the Super Bowl. You listen to the Fans View, KZI 88.7 FM. Jamal January, thanks for bringing us back in, brother. I always want that song to keep playing. I don't know why in my personal life I don't play it more, since I like it so much. And so that's my only fix is when I get it in here. I just keep forgetting. I'm like, hey, look, squirrel. And I listen to anything else, and I don't ever really get to it.
Hey, look, squirrel.
But I'm Douglas Paul Washington II, and we are your hosts today for the Fans View. So let's talk that Super Bowl that I mentioned. Yep. They're going to be down in New Orleans. Have you been in New Orleans?
I have.
Was a track event or visiting family or
family vacation?
Okay. What did you like about New Orleans?
I like the culture.
Yeah.
The vibe, the energy.
Yes.
Because I'm a big energy guy, and I just love how, like, you walk in, it's always loud.
Yes.
I really like that.
Yeah. I like to tell people the story. The last time I was in New Orleans, I walked into a barbershop. It was kind of the waning moments of the shop being open, and there was a guy already in the chair. And I walked in, had some Timbos on, looking East Coast, looking different style. Just walked in with my aura and just started talking a little bit. And dude got up out his chair, and they put me up into the front of the line, and we just kept talking, man.
Yeah.
That's that New Orleans energy. That's that hospitality, that Southern hospitality. I tipped great, and they gave me some more places to go. I always like to get to a town, find out where the locals tell me to go. Hey, man, I want to go get me some catfish. Where y'all tell me? Boom. Mm-hmm. That's where I go, where they told me to go. Yeah. No disrespect to, Yelp, Google, whatever else is out there that you could use to search that kind of stuff. But I go where the locals tell me.
Indeed.
I want to know where they eating at.
Sure.
So we got somebody live on the line. Thanks for calling in.
Hey, what's up, man? This is Mr. Abilene Christian, man.
Hey, what's start the fight song then?
Start the fight song?
Yeah.
I can't start the fight song.
Got him.
Hey, you have to ask Mr. James about that.
Hey, Jamal, did you lock hands, sway from side to side, and in a number?
Lock hands.
That's not a track thing, right? No, y'all wouldn't do that. That's like a football thing. Okay, Mr. Abilene, at least tell me the school colors then.
Purple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I right?
You didn't sound confident, so I'm gonna give you nothing.
Hey, purple and white, right?
Yep.
It was purple and white.
Yeah, you got it. Okay.
So I want to start out with my Rockets, man. I watched them last night. Golly, they had a chance to win that game, and that guy, what's that little guard name?
Van Fleet.
Yeah, he missed 2 open shots, man. It was about seconds on the clock. And he made 2 open shots. Oh my God. No, they not ready for a championship.
Hold on. In the third quarter, they were outscored 30-36. In the fourth quarter, they were outscored 23-28. Let me do that math for you. That's 11 points that you were outscored in the second half. That don't come down to Fred. That ain't Fred's fault. That's the whole team's fault. And y'all lost by 1 point. For those who don't know, 120-119, the Rockets lost to the Grizzlies last night. How you gonna put that on Fred? How you gonna treat your free agent like that?
Did you see that 3-pointer shot that he missed? He missed that, and then they got the ball back with second. I think it was seconds on the clock, about 8 seconds on the clock. And he shot again and missed that one. I said, man, come on, dude. They could have won the game.
What? So that's what you're going to do? Hey, Mr. Abilene, first of all, fix your face, brother. Fix your face. Because there's a lot of people out here that would love to be in your shoes. You and your Houston Rockets. For those who don't know, Mr. Abilene is from Houston, Texas. He's a longtime caller. He's from Houston, Texas. His team is the number 2 seed in the Western Conference. And this fool, he out here acting like this on the radio. I'm not going to stand for it. Come outside. Come outside, Mr. Abilene.
Come outside.
Come outside. We about to do something.
Outside. I'm with Jesus, man. I'm with Jesus. I'm gonna stand behind Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but okay, so I got it. I hear what you're saying, but I ain't hearing what you're saying. You the number 2 seed. It's 1 game, and the Memphis the Memphis Grizzlies. It's a good team. They're for those who don't know, the Memphis Grizzlies after that win, are now half a game behind Houston. So you didn't lose to no chumps.
Yeah, I know that. I know that, man. But, but I don't feel like because the Thunder is ahead of us.
Yes.
And that's why I say the Rockets, they're going to be in the playoffs. I don't think we're just quite ready for a championship. Not quite. Maybe next year.
What?
Maybe next year.
Nope. I'm not going to. Okay, this is what we're going to do then. Disagree? Because, brother, never before has anyone in the loaded Western Conference said, well, that number 2 seed, they not ready. Nah, they're ready until they finally prove that they're not ready. But you can't tell me that now because that's why they're 32-15. At home, they're 15-7. They've been doing what they need to do. You're supposed to win your home games. And in the Western Conference, there's only one team in the Western Conference that has less home wins than them. That's the Oklahoma City Thunder. So with a 2 seed, you're going to have some home games in the playoffs. Them boys going to be able to take care of business. Yeah. You got a young roster. You got an amazing coach. Y'all went out there and y'all beat the defending NBA champions, Boston Celtics.
That's right.
And for those who don't know, the Houston Rockets head coach used to be in charge of that team. Mm-hmm. So y'all are a good team, man. You don't get to do that. Y'all are a good team. The time is now.
Yeah, Dapper D, man, hey, I got my opinion, you got your opinion. If they get to the championship, and I hope you're right. I hope you're right about that.
Okay.
If they get to the championship, I would be definitely happy. But a 7-game series, that makes a difference.
Wait a minute. Okay, so I got what you're saying. So we're gonna disagree. We're gonna disagree on that one. It's a mutual decision. Okay. But how about that last statement you said? Because I'm here for the smoke today. The sun is out. I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling froggy. I got time today, Mr. Abilene. What I want to know is why is it just championship or bust with you? How long we been doing this show? This show has been back for 2 years. This is the second year of the show being back, and I can remember when y'all was second from the last in the Western Conference.
Trash.
And this quick, so how mighty are you right now? It's championship or bust, brother. If you just make the playoffs, and win a series, that is good. That shows growth.
Yeah. Well, I'm the type of person I like championships, man. I like champions. I mean, I'm sorry, that's just the way I am. I mean, we're good now. We're in second place behind the Thunder.
Yeah.
But man, I was listening to this other guy on TV, Big Perk. He said the same thing I'm saying. He said the Rockets is good, but they just not there yet. Well, it might be another year. It might be a couple of trades they need to do.
Well, if Big Perk was here, really I'd say the same thing to Big Perk.
Yeah, they're going to be in the playoffs, but they just really not quite there yet. And I say the same thing he said because Big Perk live in Houston.
Yep. Oh yeah, yeah. No, I know about Big Perk. I'd say the same thing to Big Perk, and I would also. If I did have the chance to talk to Big Perk, I remind him about how many times he got posterized and, what was he going to do about that? You just insert dunk over Big Perk. Y'all can Google that just to make him mad. And then I got him off his game, and then I'm coming right back at him like I am with you. They are equidistant on their away losses as their home losses. And they are in a loaded conference. And in their last 10 games, they've won 7 out of 3. And there's only one team in their last 10 games in the entire conference that has a better record, and that is the Memphis Grizzlies, the team they just beat. And Memphis is only better by 1 game. So had they won that game, they would have the title of the best team for the last 10. Man, they in a good position. I am very proud of Houston Rockets. All things Texas, baby. That's what we doing right here. What else you got?
I want to bring this up, man. LeBron James' son, he's not quite ready yet, man. Because I watched him play. I watched him play the other day, man. He's really just not quite ready. He don't know the shot. When to take a shot or not take a shot. He's gonna need a little time.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he really gets there because his dad, it's a king, But I don't know if he's really, he have the right stuff.
He's not an NBA player, in my opinion.
Yeah,
he's
that's
just
right.
Not NBA
that's
player.
right. Yeah,
he's hooping in the G League,
fellas. Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys a question. Does anybody know the name Gui Santos?
Oh my gosh, no, I do not.
Okay, all right. Where in the history of the NBA has anyone cared so much about the 55th pick? Who cares? If y'all look at the box scores for the Lakers, they'll say DNP did not play. Yeah. Coach's decision. The boy will get in. He'll get 2 minutes a night. Who cares? Why do we care so much about a dude that was picked with the 55th pick? You don't look at any other NBA roster and be like, yo, that dude all the way down the bench. Y'all should send him back to the G League. Don't nobody do that with nobody else but Bronny. I'm feeling some jealousy. That's what I think. We said we was talking about pocket watching. Now we NBA pick watching. That's what we doing. Who cares? We get to see something historic. They put him in last night. He got 12 minutes. I don't care if the brother get in the game and go 0 for 10. He doing something none of us can do. Yeah. And let's run up and down that court. And if he embarrassed himself, then keep on doing it because you are allowed to. He had an NIL deal, so he already made millions in college, and he's making millions in endorsements now. Mm-hmm. Live your life, young buck, and enjoy it. And if anything, his dad deserves it for what he's done to the NBA, for what he's done to black fathers, for what he's done for married men. All our single homies is like, yo, it's amazing being single. Nah, LeBron done showed that we could be happy.
Do you think Laker fans are so concerned about it because they're not winning games?
I don't think hardcore Laker fans care. The hardcore ones.
Corey Mose calling.
Yeah.
I don't think they do. And again, I would just say, what does it matter to you?
Yeah.
Because again, okay, it's your team. Got it. So if he's the 12th man on the team, what about the number 11 guy on the team? Why don't you talk about him going back to the G League? Because he is only one spot away from being in the G League. Yeah. But you don't care about that. Mm-hmm. You just care about Bronny. A game is not won or lost by Bronny James. But if you need something to talk about, that's what it is. That's what I would say to them.
Yeah, and I wanna bring some of them else, before y'all rush me off the line. But man, I'm gonna tell you, I love this college basketball, man. Men and women just love it, man. Now they playing some basketball, boy. Yeah. Auburn is tough,
brother.
Football school too. Oklahoma was ranked. They're not even ranked no more. And Texas, they not ranked because I saw them lose the other day to Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I say, man, golly.
In the latest AP Top 25, Texas at least got 22 votes. So they're on the peripherals. They're on the outside looking in. They got their face pressed up to the gate, right next to the fence, and they could see what's on the other side. That don't mean they're gonna get it, but there might be an opportunity. The season is far from over. Oklahoma ain't even in the yard. They got a restraining order. They can't even get to the fence to peek through the fence.
I know. You know what? Oklahoma men and women. I say, golly, boy, they are pitiful this year, man.
Hey, but you missed the Abilene anyway, so you don't really care about.
I mean for the day. Might be somebody else. I might be Mr. Notre Dame next week. So,
I'm trying to keep you in character today, though. I'm trying to keep you in character. Stay focused, Mr. Abilene. Stay focused.
Hey, since y'all was talking about the Cowboys, what do you think about that new head coach for the Cowboys?
I'll let Jamal start with that one.
I got no words. There are so many opportunities for y'all to go get someone else, someone more credible.
Because what he said on TV, he said that we're going to be in the we're going to be in playoffs, and we're going to win. I said, oh man, I got to see this. Yeah.
Listen, man.
I think
that's why he was hired. I bet one of the questions was, hey, will you go on camera and say whatever we tell you to say? Yes, sir, I will. hired. Because Jerry out there telling them, hey, put a sound bite out there, homie. Get eyes on us. And I want you to do it again over the offseason because we got to stay in the churn. And maybe that's another reason why they did it. Because I can't tell you for the life of me why Brian Schottenheimer is the guy. I'm going to tell you that the conspiracy theory, that one I am firmly behind, that Jerry just wants the money. It is just a business to him. He is not in the business of winning. He's in the business of making money, staying in the headlines, and having people talk about his team. He don't care. He don't care. I know he don't care. I'm here to fight anybody. Go get Big Perk, Mr. Abilene. And I'll fight Big Perk on this one too. Because Frisco, Texas is going through it right now. I know. Hey, 512-836-2887. If you are a Cowboys fan, we still got a little time left in the show. Call up and tell me why you are excited about Brian Schottenheimer. Because I want to hear from you.
Yeah, I want to hear from the ladies. Come on, ladies, y'all call in.
And how about this?
I know y'all watch this sometime, you know.
Mr. Abilene, remember we talked about Dion getting there, and you said you think he needs more time before he comes. This dude ain't been a head coach at all, and he got it. So why aren't you up in arms, Mr. Abilene, that you still ended up with somebody who ain't never been an NFL head coach before? Let's start there.
Yeah, but that's just my thought about Dion. You know, I mean, I love Dion, but I don't want to see Dion get in the NFL and get embarrassed.
Oh, but you okay? You okay with Brian?
And be fired in 2 years. I don't want to see that.
Oh, so what you saying about Brian?
No.
So is that what you think is going to happen to Brian?
He's not a fan of Brian.
Yeah, I really don't know that much about him. I know he was a coordinator.
Okay, let me help other people.
I'm not sure about it, man. I don't really know that much about it.
For those who don't know,
his dad used to be a coach.
Yep. Okay.
I don't know.
I'm gonna lay it down. The team's offensive coordinator for the past 2 seasons is Brian Schottenheimer, now new head coach. He's been a 27-year NFL assistant. Now, you mentioned his dad. Marty Schottenheimer, most people know that name, was a head coach for 21 years with the Cleveland Browns, the Kansas City Chiefs, Washington, and the San Diego Chargers. His dad won 200 regular season games, but that don't mean he gonna be good.
That's right. Hey. Who's that defensive coordinator talking about getting from Chicago Bears? What about him?
The DB coach.
Man. After the year that Chicago just had with the number 1 pick, and that we talking about that defense that played in the NFC North, got all them points scored on them. So was it the NFC North that was good, or the Bears defense was bad? Nah, I put no wins on any of the coordinators coming from Chicago. You can't have a losing season and be a hot commodity to me.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm gonna let some of these other callers call in, man. I'll with y'all next week.
Yo, we appreciate you. Thanks for calling in, Mr. Abilene. That purple and white. Purple and white. Okay. All right, we kept him in character. It was tough because he strayed a couple times because he had to mention that Oklahoma wasn't ranked in the top, men or women. So he broke character.
He barked at the end.
He did.
Abilene's the Christian. His mascot is the Wildcats. Just throwing that
out
there.
Can somebody tell me that there's a cat out there that barks? Anybody call up and let me know what's it called?
Yeah. No.
Is it cat dog? Wildcat dogs. The purple end is the cat. The white side is the dog.
Crazy.
I don't know. Hey, I'm going to just tell you this. Robert Saleh was out there.
Mm-hmm.
He was a head coach. And he was able to deal with a very hard situation and organization.
Mm-hmm.
And Robert Saleh came from Dallas, wasn't he? Wasn't he with Dallas and then he left and got the position over in New York? Where was he before? Do you remember where he was before that? But he was out there.
Yeah.
Who's another name that you would have thought about over Brian Schottenheimer?
Well, before he agreed to go to the Patriots, Mike. Mike
Vrabel?
Yep, him.
Yeah.
There's somebody else. Really, in all honesty, even last year when Mike McCarthy's job was considered in the hot seat or whatever, they could have gone and got Belichick. That could have been an option too.
Yes, it could have. Yeah. Okay, he was with the 49ers. Robert Saleh was with the San Francisco 49ers. Yeah. Again, a good organization. Mm-hmm. So that would have been a great organization. You know, if we're talking his upbringing, that he saw what right looks like. A team that can go to back-to-back, go to 2 Super Bowls, even with Mr. Irrelevant. Mm-hmm. It's just, man.
He could even looked at some of these like college football coaches. Like, why not? Like Ryan Day, if Ryan Day decided to be petty towards Ohio State and be like, yeah, y'all roll me off, so
offer him some money.
Offer him
and see what's popping.
Steve Sarkisian,
Kirby
Smart, Marcus Freeman, even.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
did you say Franklin? Because I'm saying James Franklin from Penn State too.
James Franklin, yeah.
Because honestly, James, you ain't gonna win no national championship over there at Penn State. And I'm prepared for that clip to come back to haunt me next season, but I don't think so. So
it's crazy because Joe Klott, I forgot the he does a lot of college football like analysis. But anywho, he thinks Penn State might win a natty next year. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say to that. When we were talking earlier, when you were asking the pocket watching, like, am I gonna pay T. Higgins this much?
Yes, sir.
I was gonna say. Reason I'm not paying T. Higgins is just because look at what's coming out of the draft. You know, I feel like the Bengals, I think, have pick number 15. And if I remember correctly, them picks before them, I don't think any of them are going to take 2 of the big name receivers coming out. So I say go ahead and just go draft another one. We're seeing like these rookie receivers, step up. These young receivers step up at an early time in their careers. So why not?
I mean, to your point, if we're just going to talk wide receivers that are coming out, let me just drop some names and you just tell me that you would pass. Yeah. Tetaroa McMillan plays wide receiver at University of Arizona.
Draft.
Yeah. For those who don't know, this boy went out there and got 300 yards receiving
in a game
earlier this year. And after that, teams started doubling and triple teaming him. And also, by the way, people, you're only as good as your quarterback. Yeah. So if your quarterback can't adjust to that and your offensive coordinator can't scheme to get this guy open, that ain't his fault. But, yeah, everybody rushed to double and triple teaming him. Trey Harris, Ole Miss. And Ole Miss had a good year. Jackson Dart was throwing that ball to somebody. Trey Harris was the one getting it.
Indeed.
Not bad at all. Playing in the SEC, so he's played against some great talent.
Yeah.
Emeka Egbuka,
draft.
Ohio State wide receiver. Yeah. Savion Williams, TCU. And it wasn't this year, but even last year, Savion showed out when he played Colorado. Because I watched him when they played Colorado. Other than that, I don't watch TCU. But yeah, Savion. And then out there in Oregon, Dylan Gabriel was throwing to Evan Stewart.
Evan Stewart.
Yep, Evan Stewart's coming out.
Yeah.
But to your point, there's one other guy, Luther Burden III, plays from Missouri.
His stock kind of dropped.
Okay, good. Because the person, and these are the ESPN wide receiver projections. But okay, because he separates who I just told you, Evan Stewart, wide receiver from Oregon, and then who you were about to say, Tez Johnson from Oregon.
Okay.
So that's the only person that those rankings have in between the 2 Oregon receivers.
I think they already got Jamar is a great deep threat dude, right?
Yeah.
Deep threat, right about. Just good overall receiver. Jamar's what? I think like 6 foot.
Yeah.
T. Higgins is what, 6'4" or something like that. If I remember their profiles correctly, McMillan, the dude from Arizona, he stands at I think 6'3". I could be wrong. 6'3", 6'2", around that area. He could
Let's
be 6'5", for all I know.
Yeah.
But anywho, that's...
no, he's 6'5".
Okay.
6'5", 210 pounds.
Perfect replacement.
He can moss some fools.
Perfect replacement. You got him. Just speaking for like the Bengals nation out there, you got him. You got Jermaine Burton. Y'all drafted him last year, and then they got that kid from Princeton who was a decathlete.
Oh yeah.
Something like that.
But
anyway.
I'll go with that. Isovis.
Yeah.
if we're butchering the pronunciation, Bengals fans, stop listening and start dialing. Call up and correct us on that. Iasovis, that's what I'm going to say. Hey, we got to take a sponsored break. We'll be back for our last segment. You listen to the Fans View, KZI 88.7 FM. If you're not listening to the Fans View, I mean, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
What, are you actually working while you're at work? Listen, this is your respite for the day. These 2 hours, you are supposed to be enjoying yourself. We are here to entertain. We're here to educate. That's what KZI wants to do regardless. So yeah, we can get real nerdy. We can talk some serious statistics when it comes to sports. But we choose to talk the stories. We like to relate it. And we love to hear from you and whoever your team is here on the Fans View. That is Jamal January over there.
Dude's name is Mr. Oklahoma, but he reps Houston.
and the Cowboys.
Watch, he's finna call in. That red light is finna come on.
It's gonna come on.
Yeah, he reps the Cowboys.
Yeah, he'll call back.
I'm just messing.
And I'm Douglas Hall watching II. We are here. We no longer have those technical difficulties. So if you hopped in the car for a minute and you listen to us now, when you hop back out, you make sure you go back in, tell your smart device to connect and stream the show. You can also go to our website, kzifm.org, and you can click on that listen button and you can jump in there. But we are at 11:30 here in the station. For those who don't know, we're in Central Daylight Time, broadcasting live from Austin, Texas, KZI 88.7 FM. All right, the NBA trade deadline. The NBA trade opportunities. If you are the Golden State Warriors, and right now you're the 11th seed in the West, what you doing, General Manager January? Besides panicking for your job.
If I'm in the West.
You're in the West. You're the 11th seed.
Yeah.
You're the great organization of the Golden State Warriors. And matter of fact, that's where the All-Star festivities are this year in San Francisco. So what are y'all doing at the trade deadline?
Go get another big, potentially.
Oh. So you think that's the fix? Huh.
It could be. I know I've seen some rumors. They're thinking about going to get I'm finna butcher his name. The big man on the Bulls.
Oh, he's Nordic.
Nordic, yeah.
He's no, they moved him to Utah. I'm trying to remember who you're referring to from the Bulls.
He's on the Bulls right now, I think. If I remember correctly, yeah, he's on the Bulls right now. I just can't think of his name.
Okay. So we need a big man is the fix for I'm gonna tell you this. They have Vucevic.
Yeah.
Nikola Vucevic.
Thank you.
Okay.
I clearly just saw it too.
I mean, that don't seem like a fix to me.
I don't think it's a fix. It's a rumor. Just a rumor that could potentially happen.
I don't know, man. I don't know what we getting. Do they think he's gonna come in and turn into the Joker? You think? Because he moves the ball well. Like, he's a great passer. Let's see. They played the Boston Celtics. Lost 122. Oof. He lost by a lot. And he had 6 points, 11 boards, 2 assists. Well, he ruined what I said. Because if he would have had about 5 or 6 assists, then I'd be like, oh, yeah, he moves the ball. He's a point center. But, okay. They got to do something. You can't mess it up any worse than having one of the greatest shooters of all time.
Yeah. And
we're not going to get his best ball out of him as we get to the twilight years for him. And that's a waste. And Steph Curry, if he does a lot of this losing, if he beats up his body at this age trying to carry the team, that also could cut off years on the back end of his career. Because I've always said, when Steph Curry loses his speed and agility, he's still going to be in the league as a spot-up shooter.
Yeah.
And deadly. Just bring him off the bench and just let him pop. But if he's not having fun, if he's rehabbing, if he's going through some physical deterioration from just playing too hard, I think that would scare him off. and then he's going to sacrifice a few years. And we don't want to do that because he's focused on golf. He's got some business ventures going on. So we could lose Steph Curry. He doesn't need the NBA to have a happy life after. So let's try to keep him around. Okay, so then if you are, I got one other team I want to ask you about them.
Okay.
And now this one, I think this one's going to make you scratch your head when I ask you. Mm-hmm. If you are the Miami Heat and you are right there on the line where you're going to make the playoffs or not, 6 seed, the top 6 make the playoffs.
Yeah.
They are number 6 in the East. They are at an even 23-23 is their record. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, in their last 10, they're 4-6. So they like right there, half and half. What are y'all doing at the trade deadline?
You got to get rid of Jimmy Butler, man. You got to let go of the toxic locker room.
He's a bad apple.
Yeah. It's not good. It's not good.
Okay, so Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Buckets, playoff Jimmy, he does not want to be there. And Pat Riley lost some of his leverage when he said, oh, we're not trading them. Remember when it first came out? He's like, nah, we're not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. He's going to get right. But now they softened their stance, and now they are shopping him. And the problem is now, by saying what you said before, you have now lowered the price because now we know that you can't correct him. You can't corral him. Yeah. And for 2 reasons, I'm offering you low money. I'm not trying to offend you, Jamal. Mm-hmm. When I sent you that offer, I'm not trying to offend you. But what I'm telling you is you can't control him. And you're the mighty Pat Riley. So what makes you think anyone in our organization has the cachet of you in the organization to control him? That's the first thing. Mm-hmm. So for that, you taking a discount. Yeah. Here's the second thing. He's an older guy.
He is older.
You're taking a discount. Here's the third thing. We see how he acts, and every time he leaves a place, it ends ugly like this.
I was just going to mention that.
So whether he's going to be here the 1 or 2 years, I don't know how long this brother's going to get to play, because I don't know if we can control him or if anybody can control Jimmy. That's the third discount. That's why I'm coming in so low. You put 3 discounts on any item. That's a clearance item. Like that thing is about 2 years old. That's a pair of shoes from 2 years ago that never sold. We found in the back warehouse, right? So are you going to pay top dollar or are you going to pay it at a discount? So yeah, I think you got to let him go. Get what you can for him now. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they have the best record in the entire league. Are you shocked by that?
No, I watched the games.
Yeah,
since I have ties to Jared Allen. I watched the games. Mm-hmm. I actually watch. The only team that can beat the Cavs is the Cavaliers. I'm going to just say that.
Whoa.
Literally, if you go back and look at games, like the game they played against, the second time they played against OKC and they got bluesed. The Cavs literally shot themselves out that game. And OKC was just hooping left and right all the whole entire time. Literally, they couldn't stop SGA. I mean, it was like kind of bad. Well, fairly bad.
So I'm going to make fun of Mr. Abilene. Mm-hmm. I just told you they have the best record in the league.
Yeah.
Now, their last 3 games, they won. Mm-hmm. But prior to that, they had a 3-game losing streak. Yeah. And 2 out of the 3 times, they lost to the Houston Rockets.
Yeah. I watched. Okay. I'm going to say this. It is really, like, did you watch that game?
Which one? The Houston one?
At Houston.
I did not. But it went down to the wire. That was a 1-point victory.
It went down
109-108, people.
It went down to the wire. And there was a play where Sagoon literally pushed Jarrett. It was Jarrett. He literally pushed Jarrett to the ground.
Yeah.
And they reviewed it. The refs literally reviewed the play.
Okay. So they're trying to get it right.
Yeah, they were trying to get it right because they didn't call anything. Well, they called, I think, a regular foul. Then they were trying to see if it was going to be a flagrant.
Yes, sir.
And literally, even because the game was on TNT, the guys commentating were like, "Oh, that's clearly a push. That's clearly a push."
Yeah.
Them refs came back and deemed it, not a flagrant. Like, it was basketball play. And like, I'm just over here going, what? I'm not even a big Cavaliers. I'm a Jared Allen fan, but I'm not a Cavaliers fan. I'm just like, what? That's crap.
Why do you sound so unhappy about it, though, Jamal? They reviewed it. That means they gave it a second look for those who don't understand the English.
Sagoon literally extended his arms out. It was a clear push. If I can find the play, I would gladly show you.
Yeah. So when you take down the best team in the league 2 out of 3 times, and I'm glad you said that. That tells me how big of a fan you are. But for Mr. Abilene, I know you're still listening. The first game in that 3-game losing session, the Cavaliers were in Houston. Them Houston streets are undefeated, by the way. Houston. So they lost 108-109. Then they went up the road and played Philadelphia, and they lost by 3, 132-129. Then, just by the way their schedule was made, they went home, and Houston came in, and Houston beat them 135-131.
So all close games.
Yeah. That's how good of a team they are, the Cavs. That's also how good of a team Houston is. Because Houston came in, and that's the kind of stuff that tells you when you're a young team like that and you're well coached, you win the games you're supposed to. Even if you weren't supposed to win this because you were playing the number 1 team in the NBA, but the close games, you executed better than them down the stretch. Not once, but twice. So you can't say it's luck. To your point, I know what you're saying. It was a clear push.
Yeah.
But what happened the second time?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to say it's a push again? Yes. So I'm out here rooting for the Houston Rockets, and they ain't even my team, although they rock that red and white, though.
Yeah.
So you might see your boy in a Rockets jersey. now you make me think about it.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to have to rock that red and white.
This guy.
I used to live in Houston, though, so.
Of course you did. But I would say the one thing that is making me happy is the idea of a super team is dying, you know?
Yeah.
And that's making me so happy. Like, coaches are now starting to draft players and develop their athletes because, I mean, they'll probably bring in, like, one veteran or bring in one guy, you know, from another team. But you look at the Cavs, right? That whole starting – that power 4, big 4 that they talk about, Jared Mobley, Garland, and Spider. Spider's the only one that wasn't drafted to the Cavs.
Yeah.
You look at Houston, Jalen Green, Sagoon, Thompson.
Yes.
Twin Thompson.
Yes.
And then you got Fred Van Vliet. Yeah, amen. And then Frederick Van Vliet is the only one that wasn't there. They traded him.
Yes, sir.
Right? And then you look at teams like OKC, SGA, Jalen Williams, the other Jalen Williams. There was someone else, Chet. And then who they bring in? They bring in Hartenstein. They bring in Alex Caruso, who are both known to be role players.
Yes.
You know? So I'm just glad that it's making me really – even the Celtics. I'll even say the Celtics. Tatum, Brown, drafted. Who else? Somebody else on that team was drafted. But anywho, the point I'm trying to make is we're starting to finally see these coaches and organizations actually develop their players instead of like breaking up the chemistry like we saw what happened at what was that team? It was the Nets when they brought in KD, Kyrie, and James Harden. And then even you can even say the Lakers, you know, you get unless your name is Anthony Davis or Bronny James, you go to, or I guess Austin Reeves is protected now. You go to the Lakers, you're probably going to get traded in like 20 games.
It ain't safe. It ain't safe.
It's not safe.
If your name isn't James, or because LeBron likes Austin Reeves, like he keeps gushing over him, so he's safe. And then of course AD's not going anywhere because either no one wants to pay that price to get him, or they're worried about his health and what you're getting. So you ask for a discount.
Anthony Day-to-Day Davis. Yeah.
And if you ain't gonna get the discount, then you ain't gonna get the Davis, the unibrow. So that's I don't know. I think we had a good little rundown of the Houston Rockets. Jalen Green, I got him on my fantasy basketball. 21.3 points this year. Fred Van Vliet.
Thanks for reminding me.
6 assists per game.
My lineup.
Oof. Could have been a long day. And then, Thompson is the field goal percentage leader at 56%. That is amazing. So he's averaging about 14 points. So they've got a great team. They've got a great coach. We now know that it wasn't just a talented roster over there in Boston that made Ime Udoka a household name. And ultimately, him being a household name got him kicked out of the household of Nia Long. A lot of my homies back home still mad about that, bro. You don't mess that one up. Yeah. But he is now in a different situation in Houston, of all cities to be in, when you have a hard time being committed. That's the wrong city to be in. They got that. So I love where Houston's going to go, and I'm a fan. How about San Antonio? Is there something they should do at the break? Somebody they should bring in? I want to throw a name out. Mm-hmm. Sacramento's looking to get rid of De'Aaron Fox. Yeah. What about him coming down there? With putting him, a very young guy, with Wemby? Yo.
I would like to see that. I would say from the Spurs games I watched, well, they kind of changed it. Their problem last year was they had a lot of guards that were just shot chucking. Even Corey mentioned it one time, right? And they kind of changed it a little bit. The guards are starting to realize, okay, we actually have a freak of an athlete on our team. Yeah. So let's go in and let's use them a lot. So if they bring in Fox, I just feel like they have CP3. That's a vet. That's a really good facilitator.
He's the team leader in assists at 8.2.
Exactly. I just feel like, I don't know, they could use maybe another shooter potentially. Not like one that just like, I have to score, you know. But like one, a good little spot up shooter, I would say. But I wouldn't mind Fox. I wouldn't mind seeing Fox in a Spurs jersey.
Oh, it'd be a good look. Mm-hmm. And he's Showtime. He's a great young player. Houston, so. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Fox is from Houston. Cypress, Cypher or Cypress Creek.
Bring that boy home. Mm-hmm. Man, that'd be a good look. So we have taken you around the world. Mm-hmm. We do appreciate all of you from around the world listening in. This has been the Fans View. I'm Douglas Paul Washington II. That is Jamal January.
Yep.
Jamal.
Last day of the month.
I think we did our thing.
I think we did too.
I had a lot of fun. I appreciate those that were calling in. Sounds like we had a new caller. I don't think he's called before. Mm-hmm. He came in and dropped a couple nuggets on us. I'm gonna go watch that video of the mom. Yes. Set that edge, baby. Set that edge.
Really, she was on it.
Yeah, that's what it's about. Spend that time with your kids, people. Get out there, help them. Don't leave it all on the coach. Mm-hmm. You got to put some sweat equity into their development, because it pushes your kid ahead. Mm-hmm. When they get to practice, we can focus on other things and not a lot of the fundamentals, which the fundamentals come from repetition. And they're not going to get that repetition in practice. Yeah. You can't get better in just your practice. You can learn some things in practice, but getting better takes the reps, and that has to happen outside of practice. Again, we'll be here every Friday from 10 to 12. Thanks, everyone, for listening.